All right, so a lot of talk today about Auston Matthews' 200-foot game.
Yeah.
And after the last two games, Jesse and I did this, there was a bad goal against Montreal where he didn't back check, and I said, if he is the guy who is a 200-foot player, he could be even more valuable than he already is. And I know Leafs Twitter is in a tizzy right now because of
a 2-year-old clip.
Yeah, 2-year-old clip.
Because of a 2-year-old clip, right? So let's talk about Auston Matthews, the heater he's on right now, along with Mitch Marner, and the reputation of his defensive game and how far he's come.
Well, I think that play you just showed a second ago against Minnesota is the example of how far I think that. How much better I think he's gotten and how far he's come. And all these highlights are perfect examples of this. And we were just going through the run-through of the show with Carolyn and Anthony, and Carolyn was pointing out how Matthews leads the all-NHL forwards in takeaways. And you know, I remember when Patrick Kane was really becoming a great player, and he already was a good player, but when he was becoming a great player, one thing that Joel Quenneville said was that he had learned to get the puck back after he lost it. And I think that that's one thing that Auston Matthews has really done. He gets the puck back better now than when they lost it, and I think it's made him a much more dangerous player. Like that back check you showed, or lack thereof, against Montreal, that can happen, and there's always going to be people who have bad shifts. But I think I think the overall consistency of his play at both ends of the ice has really improved. You know, I know they're talking about him with the Selke. If it was like today this year, Patrice Bergeron, I think, would be the runaway winner of the Selke Trophy, and it's you know, he's that good at it. But I could see Matthews winning one in his career, no question about it.
I'm always amazed at when the switch goes on for guys and what the process is to make that switch goes on. Like we remember Steve Yzerman, right? He used to rack up points all the time, and then Scotty Bowman came in and turned him around. Any theories on what it was for Matthews that maybe
first round exits?
Yeah, turn the page. That's a good theory.
You know, I think it's that, Tim. I think that's a great point. But I think the other thing, too, is that if you're really wired to be great and you demand greatness of yourself, you're always looking to get better at something. I remember that Sidney Crosby, going into his second season, he said in an interview we did that every summer there was at least one thing he was going to try to get better at. And every year, I would ask him, what's the one thing you worked on, and to the point where he got really sick of answering the question. But I think that that's what greatness is all about. It's never being satisfied. It's saying, what's the next advantage I can find? What's the next edge I could have? We've seen that Matthews has tinkered with his shot before. He's worked on his one-timer. I think that now, like his puck hunting and his ability to steal pucks from behind, it's a skill that he's getting much better at, and it's making a big difference. I just think, guys, the greats say, I'm never satisfied. And you know, I can't tell you, like the Jordan documentary, I think that there's probably a whole generation of players who never really saw Michael Jordan like we did, but now know about Michael Jordan and what drove him. And I think there's a lot of them that understand that and appeal to that.